a little bit more room. Hey, follow the football! Ah, big man, scramble!
Action pass to him. He fires to the top. One-handed catch.
Buchanan Simons is open. Breaks the tackle. This is going to be a 70-yard touchdown. Buchanan Simons.
Over the top, and that might be the most impressive interception all day.
What a shoot.
Breaking through a tackle.
Oh, no.
What a ridiculous sequence of events.
He's got Heath McDaniel Jr. inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Carolina.
The kick is blocked from Zuderveld. It's loose.
How? What?
Welcome to Sim Football Pregame on this beautiful Saturday. Along with Mike St. Green, I am Cameron Irvine, and we are ready to rock for the semifinals. Mike, how you feeling today?
Hey, doing great, Cam. It's semifinal Saturday. What better place to be than right here at the SFL?
Absolutely. I can't think of a single darn place. All right, we've got two games coming up here over the next 4.5 hours. Settle in with us. Mike, here's what's coming up next. It's Arizona and Florida. We've got the Scorpions, who pulled the upset over Atlanta in the quarterfinals to try to make their way to their first championship game in franchise history since Season 2. Florida trying to make it back. They've been to plenty. So is Baltimore. They take the field later against Mexico City as the Aztecs try to make it back for the first time in Season 9. But, Mike, what do you think of the slate?
It's going to be a great slate, Cam. It's not, the semifinals for nothing. These are basically four of the best teams that are left in SFL right now. Arizona is, a little bit of an outlier as a 7 seed, but they've definitely earned their right to be here in this final four teams. And as you mentioned, Florida, they're looking to get back to the championship game once again. This will be their 5th title game in the last 8 seasons if they were to make it back today. And they're arguably, Cam, one of the best teams in franchise history with 3 championships under their belt coming into the semifinal matchup. Arizona, they're looking to get back for the first time in a long time, and their first time as the Arizona Scorpions. They're going to have a good opportunity to do that, Cam. They've been great in these first couple of playoff matchups that they have. They've outscored their opponents 55-7 in the first half of their first 2 playoff games. So it's going to be a great matchup today.
That championship game will be next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern Time, and we'll have that on both Next Level Sports and for the fans. In terms of this matchup, Mike, with Arizona and Florida, a lot of times people think about these teams as the defensive juggernauts, right? This is just going to be a smack 'em in your mouth type football game. But actually, these two offenses are pretty darn good.
Yeah, these offenses have played great over the past couple of weeks, in particular for Arizona. Ashley Jackson, their quarterback, has been lights out. She has 7 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions, and then 2 playoff wins over London and Atlanta. And she's going to be a key to what Arizona does today. She has 2 huge targets out there, and Donnie Hands and James Hands are her big receivers that she likes to throw to. So they're going to be key to this game today. And then you look over to Florida. How did they get here? They got here on a tough, hard-fought win over Charleston last weekend, 17-14. But a huge key to that was wide receiver E.J. Minson. He had 9 catches for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. But they want to feature their running back, Bullet Beletsky, in this game today, Cam. He had 86 yards last week, but he is a key for Florida to do the things that they like to do on the ground as well as out of the backfield. So if they can get Bullet Beletsky going, it may be a pretty good day for the Florida Storm.
Ron Cochran has been in this spot so many times in his career under center. Ashley Jackson has not, but man, has she been throwing the football excellent. 39 of 43 last week, and we'll see what she can do today against that tough Florida Storm defense from Fort Lauderdale. It's Arizona and Florida coming up next after the break. Kickoff with Tyler Falk, Stephen Hacker, Rochelle Colston, and Justin Reside. We'll be back after this.
Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Two of the biggest names and teams meet up here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida to decide who moves on to the Season 17 SFL Championship. It's Max Paul, otherwise known as Mighty RX, and his Florida Storm versus Mr. Arizona Everything's Eddie Gage and his Scorpions. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tyler Falk. Thank you all for joining us here in the Eye on Semifinal Saturday. The Arizona franchise is one of the 7 clubs that made up the inaugural season of the SFL, and they are looking to make it back to the championship for the first time since Season 2 as the Oklahoma City Renegades. For the Florida franchise, they have 3 rings on their mantle when they were based in Alaska. They look to get back into the big dance after falling to Denver Nightwings a season ago. I'd like to welcome in my partner tonight, Stephen Hacker. Stephen, this matchup was made for the playoffs.
Absolutely, Tyler. I couldn't agree with you more. This matchup has 2 of the greatest owners in the SFL right now, and these teams have storied franchises and are known to be in the playoffs very often. Florida coming into this game, this will be their 15th playoff matchup. Arizona with looking at their 6th. Florida coming into this game is the all SFL leader in playoff wins with 10, Tyler. So Mighty and this Florida Storm team are very familiar with the playoff atmosphere. They have that veteran experience, and Arizona going to have their challenge, a big challenge in front of them on the road.
Who wants it more? If not us, why not now say some of the Scorpions? For the Storm, they want to go back. They want to avenge last season. Arizona kicks off to Florida as here we go. We have kickoff here in Florida, and here come the Storm to return. Justice Blackwell, the rookie wide receiver, gets his return started, tries to make headway up through the middle of the park, and gets taken down at the 25-yard line. And so on comes the veteran quarterback Ron Cochran in his 9th season, and he's all too familiar with playoff football.
Yeah, Cochran, an SFL legend, one of the greats in the history books for the SFL. No stranger to big moments, and has an opportunity to shine here today.
Starts off under center with 2 tight ends to the left. Quick drop here from Cochran. First passes out of the backfield. Charlie Boletsky, who spins away from one and gets taken down after a pickup of 8. And let's go ahead and meet the rest of the Storm offensive lineup. We mentioned Ron Cochran. That's Charlie Boletsky, who got the pass out of the backfield. He is at the halfback spot. Stephen Bush, E.J. Minson, and Justice Blackwell, the wideouts, with Varden Zarkov and Paulie Truth at tight end. And up there in the trenches at center, we have Joseph Wade, and at tackle, we have Greg McDonaldson. 2nd and 2 from the 33 of Florida. Cochran again under center, and again 2 tight ends split off to the left. And this time go to Boletsky. He has a hole on the outside. He's streaking down the sideline, and it gets pushed out of bounds in Arizona territory. That is something we didn't see a whole lot when they took on Charleston a week ago.
Yeah, Boletsky getting the work here early in the ball game. Cochran on the first play throws it to him. Now on the second play, going to get a nice stretch play out there left side. Great blocking up front, and room for Boletsky to go. This second year back, really taken over as the workhorse for this offense, Tyler.
Stats today provided by Justin Reside and James Walters in the stat truck. That was a scamper of 26 yards on Boletsky's carry of the ball game. 8 men in the box to try and contain Boletsky as Cochran's going to dump it out of the backfield on the near side. This time the spin move doesn't work as well, and he's knocked out of bounds a yard behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to go ahead and introduce you to the Scorpions defensive starters. There's Alex Constantine, Max Knight, and Mark Mello in the trenches on the defensive line. Joey Tropicana, Sean Moore are the linebackers. Iverson Gamble, Parker Thomas, and Everett Garrison are the corners. Bernard Smith and Eddie Gage are the safeties. And one final man to mention, the man that came away with a tackle and a tackle for loss last week, D.D. Sachs, is at the defensive end spot. Linebackers creep up to the line here on second down. It's another dump off, this time to one of the tight ends. First time we'll call Paulie Truth's name, and that's a much better start for Paulie Truth. Only a 1 reception that went for 0 yards for the rookie tight end.
Yeah, and I really like this approach right now from Florida. They're coming out taking with these quick developing plays, getting the ball out of Ron's hand really quickly and letting him kind of form a rhythm. So I like this aggressive style from Florida right now.
Right on third down, they go near side with Boletsky in the dump off, and the cornerback for Arizona is able to get to him. Scratch that. It's outside linebacker Sean Moore. His first season in Quincy has been a good one. He had 6 tackles a week ago and makes the crucial stop on third down to set up fourth down.
Yeah, Sean Moore really fit in nicely to this defense and makes a big play there on third down. And look out, Tyler.
You're in friendly confines. They want to try and make a statement here early. They bring the offense back out to the line on second and short. It's a handoff up the middle. Going nowhere! Joey Tropicana puts him down in the backfield.
Going to be interesting to see. I think on the spot they gave him the first down, though, Tyler.
We'll have to see the official call. Yes, they do give him the official spot. Barely. I thought they stopped him. It was not to be. Tropicana was just a split second behind. New set of downs here for Florida. Pressure coming. He evades the sack and dumps out to his back out of the backfield on the far side and has plenty of room to run, does Charlie Boletsky, and picks up another first down.
Yeah, and Boletsky getting the lion's share of the workload right now. And this opening drive from Florida has looked really good. I mean, not any big explosive plays yet, but the team's doing exactly what they need to do to march their way down the field, Tyler.
So after maybe a controversial call, as some of the chat here on FTF next chat decides that probably should have been challenged, but the play stands and the Florida Storm make Arizona's defense pay with a quick first down, and they're back to the line again. From the 21-yard line, it'll be a bunch set to their side. Ron Cochran under center. Another quick drop from Cochran, looking out the far side of the field for the out route. That's caught and hauled in. First catch of the ball game for number 83, that being E.J. Minson, picks up 4.
Yeah, Tyler, I really think that Florida is game planning against the front seven of Arizona right now. They're throwing really short routes, really quick developing routes right now, and I think they're doing that because they don't want to let the defensive line get pressure on Ron Cochran.
Offset I, one wide receiver tucked in tight to the line. Cochran to throw here on second down. Pressure coming from the middle, does get it away, but is deflected in the passing lane by, that's Nick Buttkiss over there in the outside linebacker spot. Not a very common name for these Arizona Scorpions.
Yeah, but makes a big play in the right moment for the Scorpions defense. And you see their longer developing route, and the pressure finally gets to Ron Cochran and forces an errant throw. And you have to think that maybe Florida is going to look to adjust that here a little bit.
10th play of the drive upcoming here for the Storm inside the Arizona red zone down to the 17. Cochran to throw again. Over the middle, it's Holden at the 5, and following forward to the 4 is Varden Zarkov, the tight end, and they're set up with first and goal.
If you're unsure, look for the tight end over the middle. The big-bodied Zarkov, 6'5", 247 pounds, just gets underneath and finds the spot in the coverage and able to move the chains and get into the SFL red zone, Tyler.
4 yards to hit pay dirt, and we might see a heavy dose of Charlie Boletsky trying to get back on the touchdown side of things, as he was held to only 86 yards and no touchdowns a week ago against Charleston. He gets the call, makes a couple of nice moves, and waltzes his way into the end zone. The Storm strike first. Touchdown, Charlie Boletsky.
Yeah, and Boletsky really earned that touchdown on that drive and caps it off with a great run. Very patient, waited for the line to get the blocks, and then makes a great move to cut upfield and make a nice a touchdown effort there. And Arizona really put up a good defensive effort there, but it seemed like Florida just had an answer every step of the way, Tyler.
Florida's a different team. When these two teams met up in week 1 here, Hacker, where Arizona, it was a quarter to forget for the Storm as Cochran threw a couple picks on consecutive drives, and the Scorpions took an early 21-0 lead in that ball game. Not the same scenario this time around. The Storm were able to march down in the opening possession, tack on 6, now make it 7 points by the way of an Ethan Sneed point after try. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy And Sneed puts his boot through the ball. And now we'll see TJ Punk, who stands about 2 yards in his own end zone, who gets his return, angles to the far side, and does get tackled by Charles Walker III. And that'll bring out Ashley Jackson for the first time today.
Really dynamic offense Arizona is. If they can get consistent, safe play from Ashley Jackson, their passing attack is one of the best in the SFL.
That's led by a dynamic duo of brother wide receivers. We'll touch on those Hands brothers in just a second. However, it's first and down from their own 21. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide out. Hand off for DJ Moses, who tries to split the blue C, and he gets about 4 yards before being taken down. And DJ Moses is their halfback, along with Donnie and James Hands at wide receiver, alongside TJ Punk as well, who's also at the wide receiving spot. Will Todd in his second year, his first year with the Scorpions, he's at tight end. And Sean Crooked and EJ DeQ are in the trenches at the tackle spots. Goal line set now here for the Scorpions on second and short. Handoff, Moses up the middle, tries to get the first down, but is given maybe an unfavorable spot. And it'll be 3rd and inches upcoming.
Yeah, Moses typically able to finish off those kinds of runs and move the chains, but a 3rd and very short now, Tyler, and we'll see how Arizona wants to attack this Florida defense.
On the same formation, 3rd, in about the length of a note card. Hand off Moses far side, and Moses does get enough for the first down and a couple extra yards, maybe a gain of 3, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, good work up front by the tackles there to get that extra push and help Arizona get that first down. I know the running back DJ Moses really appreciates that line play.
2 set of downs here from their own 34. Power running set now here for the Scorpions. Jackson changing things up at the line. There'll be an ISO up the middle. Going backward is DJ Moses, taken down by affectionately Big Sexy, otherwise known as Alex Dominguez. And that'll give us a chance to introduce you to the Storm defense. Deontay Stoneville and Andresano Tamayo pair up with Alex Dominguez on that defensive line. Stephen Black and Eric Hammer are the linebackers, with Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones at corner. Andrew Francis and Ryan Tobin are playing center field in the safety spots. Moses with a nice spin move. Tries to make another man miss, but does get tackled at about the 40-yard line. Good pickup, 3rd and 5.
I got outside, made a nice spin move to get upfield, and went to the well one too many times with the spin. Eventually got dragged down there by Andrew Francis, but makes it a much more tolerable 3rd down now, Tyler, here near midfield.
First 3rd down of the drive was good for a conversion. Can they convert on their second 3rd down of the drive? 3 wideouts, 1 man in the backfield. Jackson looks to throw over the middle. That's caught by Donnie Hands. They move the chains again, this time to the Florida 47.
Yeah, skinny post there, perfect play call. That's just that's clockwork for Ashley Jackson. They run these kinds of plays in their sleep, and it was wide open there for Arizona.
And Steven, we say perfect play call. We've talked about it a little bit already, but they got 2 dynamic owners, Eddie Gage and Max Paul, 2 of the best guys in the business. Play action here on first down. Jackson looks to throw, fires near side. That's tipped up in the air and nearly picked off. She was looking for Will Todd, and Will Todd couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, very fortunate that one wasn't a turnover. Had 2 Storm defenders in the area, and neither one of them could get a handle on it. And fortunately for Arizona, they get another shot here.
4:09 left to go. Thanks for joining us here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, here for semifinal action here in the SFL Season 17. My name is Tyler Falk alongside Stephen Hacker. Thanks for joining us here today. 2nd down and 10 here for Arizona. They go back to the goal line run formation. This time, quick nothing doing. He came in there like a wrecking ball, and there was no stopping Kevin Mack.
And untouched on that blitz and timed the blitz perfectly. Look right through and untouched. Tyler, that was the greatest blitz I've ever seen. I mean, it was perfectly executed. They had nobody there to protect Ashley Jackson. A huge play from Florida.
3rd and 15 now here for the Scorpions. This the biggest test of the game so far. 4 wideouts out on the field. Empty backfield, Jackson under center. Quick drop. This is a pass over the middle. Picked off by Ryan Tobin. And the Storm the first mistake.
And Tobin jumped right in front of that ball, and good pressure up front from Florida. They're mixing up their blitzes where they're applying pressure from, and I think Ashley Jackson is a little uncomfortable in the pocket right now, forces a throw, and Ryan Tobin takes that one away. Florida gets the ball back.
Now a chance to turn this game completely on its head. Florida with the early lead here, under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Can their offense continue to pile on the pressure? Split backfield and 2 tight ends to the left of the formation. Cochran to throw. Looking far side. It's tipped up in the air and incomplete. Eddie Gage watches that one fall, and he could have had a pick.
Someone checked that ball down on the field. I think it's overinflated, or it was rubbed in some kind of butter or substance or something, because that's the 3rd or 4th little tipped pass like that right in the hands of the receiver, and they're just unable to catch it today. Maybe it's nerves, Tyler. I'm not sure.
It's the penultimate round before the championship. There definitely are some nerves here on the field early on. We'll see who turns it around first. 4 wide. Cochran under center. He's back to pass. Looks for Beletsky out of the backfield, who tries to turn the corner. Spin moves once, spins twice, but then is mauled at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, gang of Scorpions there to help make the play. Eddie Gage, I see in the area to help drag down Beletsky, but Beletsky wasn't going down without a fight. Great second effort there from the running back.
Florida was able to convert on both of their first down last drive. Can they do the same here on drive number 2? Gun straight package, trips to the near side of the formation as coverage backs up in that direction. Cochran to throw, looking over the middle. That one's picked up as well! And it's back-to-back interceptions, and Eddie Gage makes up for the drop pick, and he gets to Rod Cochran today.
Yeah, you can't throw at the Hall of Famer like that, not in these kinds of moments, and he was just keying off on him the whole time. Once Cochran made his mind up where he was going to throw the ball, Eddie Gage reacted and steals the ball right back away. Now Arizona with the chance in really good field position, Tyler.
Ashley Jackson retakes the field after the last drive also ended in a pick for the Scorpions, looking to change things around here. 3-4 look here from Florida. Moses gets the call on the ground, picks up 5 before being taken down by number 94, Jason Julian.
And there was a pancake block out there on the left side there, Tyler. I don't know if you caught that, but great effort there by the left tackle, able to secure that block. Fantastic work here in the trenches in this ballgame.
Looks like they might continue the game in the trenches. Another heavy set here on offense. And again, run with Moses. Going nowhere. The Storm getting to the backfield, knocking Moses back a yard.
Yeah, and Florida, keying off on the run now. Arizona's showing that they're trying to throw it, and Florida applying the pressure. But now Arizona on this third and 6 is going to have a prime opportunity to go towards the all slants or that little skinny post that they can run.
3rd and medium here for the Scorpions to get beyond the 50 and then some to convert. Jackson looks for the corner route, and that's in and out of the hands, possibly a little bit too far for TJ Punk. And that'll bring up our first punt of the ball game.
Nothing wrong with taking the shot there. The coverage was there, but Arizona does like to take those take the risk, and they like to go for those deep plays. So you will see some incompletions, possibly some interceptions today, but expect to see that all game long from Arizona.
On comes Brian Clouds on to send it to the Clouds with his punt. And waiting back near his own end zone is Justice Blackwell. Start the return from about the 20. Tries to make something out to the outside, but can't go anywhere. And is taken down at the 21. So Florida, last drive ended a pick. It was dueling picks for both clubs. Now Hacker, what has to change here for the Storm if they want to make headway against Arizona?
Well, I think they have to go back to what they did very successfully on their first drive, and that's get Charlie Beletsky involved, whether it's a swing or a screen pass or a run play up the middle or something. But get Beletsky involved and take the risk out of the air.
Drop from Cochran, he slings it over the middle. That's in and out of the hands of his intended target. I believe that's EJ Minson, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, EJ Minson's a good target over the middle. A tough receiver, can come down with those kinds of catches, but unable to on this one. And from the 21-yard line, Tyler, it's not too late to try to run the ball. If it's 2nd and 10, you can maybe run the ball and get a good gain on 2nd down and set up a really 3rd and manageable, but I wouldn't advise trying to throw the ball here again.
And give credit there to the free safety, Bernard Smith, who was playing center field. He He came down from his center field spot and helped knock that one away from E.J. Minson. 2nd and 10 from their own 21 here for Florida. Split backfield behind Rod Cochran under center. Yeah, handoff for Valetsky up the middle. He gets through the offensive line a little hindered, but then gets knocked down at the 26. 3rd down upcoming here for Florida.
Yeah, we'll see if Cochran can get right the ship here. Started game 7 of 7, now 1 of 5, and going to need a big completion here on 3rd down.
Straight package here on 3rd down. I believe this was the same formation that gave Mr. Arizona Everything, Eddie Gage, his pick. Cochran steps up, looking over the middle again. This time it's caught inside Arizona territory. Down to the 47 goes Barden Zarkov.
Zarkov with a big reception there. That's 2 big receptions in this ball game for Zarkov. And coming into this game, finishing on the season 630 yards. Did have 7 touchdowns, though. Good for 13th in the league. He's more of a red zone target in this Florida Storm offense. But they found him there, wide open down the middle of the field. It was a great play from the Florida Storm.
Early numbers here for the Storm on 3rd down. That's their 3rd conversion in 4 tries. So already looking pretty positive as we're getting close to ending out the first quarter. Handoff, but let's get up the middle. He gets pancaked a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Arizona really committing now. They're showing that they're going to step up in these gaps and make a nice play. And Nick Butkus having a great ball game here early on, Tyler.
Absolutely. He made a crucial deflection, then sandwiches Charlie Boletsky at the 48. Now, how do the Storm respond? 4 wide receivers, Boletsky in the backfield, Cochran under center. Dime package here for Arizona. Cochran looks for Boletsky out of the backfield, gets him. As Boletsky turns upfield, he's then tackled at about the 44.
See, on a 1st down, that 4-yard gain is a lot better because then you're looking at a 2nd and 6. But on 2nd down, 2nd and 11, you get a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 7 is a very long 3rd down situation.
Florida has the football when we come back in the 2nd quarter. They also have the lead. It's 7-0. You're watching the SFL on For the Fans and Next Level Sports, presented by APM Music. We'll be right back after a word from sponsors. Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Stephen Hacker. Thanks for joining us here in the Eye as Florida looks to convert on 3rd down. Cochran looks to throw. It's short. Over the middle. It's caught by Justice Blackwell, a yard shy of the line to gain. And Arizona's defense comes out here in the second quarter and makes another crucial stop.
Yeah, perfect field position to stop Florida. It's going to be a very, very tough. Oh, another fourth down attempt here, Tyler, from Florida. They're super aggressive in this ball game right now.
See what happens. They've made a fourth down conversion earlier in the ball game. They go for it again. Valetsky near side. This time it's definitive. Nothing doing. They get to him in the backfield, led by Nit Buttkiss and Alex Constantine.
Yeah, Alex Constantine, the defensive tackle, did a nice job shedding his assignment to help make the play there. And Arizona going to flip the field, turn the ball over, and now Ashley Jackson with a chance to put some points on the board for Arizona.
Time to make a play. Time to make something happen. Here come the Scorpions. They start on their own 39. They come out in a goal line set. Linebacker shift back to the center, then shift back out to where a couple of tight ends are out to the right. Moses gets the call, gets out of one tackle, but then is dragged down right there at the 42 by Eric Hammer. Are you a Next Level SFL fan? Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player and to join our community. Check out League Leaders. We got stats from all 17 seasons of SFL action and track game, season, and career numbers of all the players who have gone from coast to field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong as the dump off over the middle is complete for Donnie Hands. Get them up to the 46 and it leaves them with a third and short.
Yeah, these are the greatest kinds of third downs. Very short. You can run the ball. You can throw the ball. You can hit your number one wide receiver. You can dump it off to your running back. I mean, there's so many options. And with a great quarterback like Ashley Jackson, you just drop her back and let her make the decision.
They go with Moses. Stopped in the backfield, a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Stephen Black already making a name for himself already. That's his third tackle of the ball game.
Yeah, and a big play. You know, both of these teams were pretty hot on third down early in this ball game. Now struggling a little bit, bringing their averages back down to earth. And Arizona going to have to punt it here now. Stephen Black, rookie second-round pick, making a nice play here in the playoffs, Tyler.
Clouds again on to punt to Justice Blackwell, again behind the 20, and gets leveled at the 24-yard line. Ron Cochran and company come back out. They're 1 for 2 now on fourth down after they failed to convert on fourth down on the last drive.
Yeah, and I think, Bullet Beletsky needs to be the focal point here for Florida this far back, with this starting field position. I think Beletsky needs to be the focal point, getting them going as they try to get near midfield.
This looks like a run-heavy set. We'll see if they go to Beletsky here on first down. Instead, they'll look to pass, and they look to the far side. That's caught by Pauly Truth. His second reception in the ball game. Picks up about 5 yards before being taken down by Everett Garrison.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Try to bunch everybody in tight and then send a receiver out there in the flats, just trying to spread everything out real quick. And not a bad idea. It worked pretty well for Florida there on first down.
Another heavy set here on second down. Offset I, 2 tight ends, and a wide receiver tucked in tight to the right of the line. Cochran to throw. Pressure coming over the left side. That is caught in traffic. It's a very nice catch for Pardon Zarkov, and they move the chains.
That looked like Pauly Truth again there, Tyler, and good job by Truth to box out his defender who was on his hip and use that 6'6", 260-pound frame to box out that defender and make a nice first down grab.
After 2 heavy sets, now they spread the field with 4 wide receivers, making the Scorpions go into the dime package. Cochran to throw. Quick drop over the middle. That is caught by Justice Blackwell. Pick up a 6 before he's taken down by Eddie Gage and company.
Yeah, Florida looking really calm right now. They look collected, and they seem to have found that rhythm again. And I think Beletsky is a big part of that. But really, Ron Cochran settling into this game, finding the open receivers has worked out really well for them too.
14 of 18 on passing attempts here for Ron Cochran early. Run for Charlie Beletsky up the middle. He's dragged down by his ankles by Max Knight.
And Max Knight, a big defensive tackle, 6'5", 350 there in the middle. Second season now with Arizona and doing a great job stopping the run.
3rd third and short here for the Storm. So far today, 3 of 5 on third down. Fun with Boletsky. He gets to the line again and gets past it. Shouldering defenders and trying to work his way beyond them. Is eventually taken down at the 49, but nonetheless, it's another Storm first down.
Yeah, 6th first down for this Florida Storm offense, and that was a big one. Maybe not the most important first down of the ball game, but anytime you can keep drives alive for your quarterback whenever he's warming up like Ron Cochran is right now, that's going to help get those points on the board.
Linebacker shift over. Boletsky gets the call, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Mark Mello, along with D.D. Sachs, combined for the tackle.
Yeah, and I think it's time now for Florida to open up their playbook a little bit. I think Arizona's keying off on them a little bit too much, and they need to take a shot down the field, maybe catch Arizona sleeping.
Something we've come to expect from Florida teams is they like to keep control of the football, like to take as much time off that clock as possible. Cochran to throw, finds Boletsky out of the backfield, who turns upfield and is eventually taken down by Sean Moore after a pickup of about 3 yards, and it brings up yet another third down.
Yeah, sustaining drives, Tyler. That's a weapon that's very tough to become a master of. You know, so if you are able to have these long 10-play, 12-play drives, that's a weapon you can have in your bag. But now you're looking at a 3rd and 7 because you're playing so conservative.
Cochran to throw on third down, looking over the middle, and it's nearly picked off by Bernard Smith, but he halts the drive right as it stands, and it's 4th down.
Tyler, Charlie Boletsky got hurt on that play.
Oh my goodness, that's a huge blow for the running game. The Storm have always known to have great running backs, and for the second-year man to go down, if he can't come back, that might just throw a wrench into Florida's game plan.
Definitely keep an eye out for an injury update, Tyler.
Absolutely. On to punt for the first time today is Marcus Agrippa with his 4th season with the team and the league. Back to receive is TJ Punk. He elects to not even think about it as it takes a couple of Florida bounces. And after the injury to Boletsky, that's some semblance of a little bit of life as they're able to pin Arizona deep into their own territory.
Yeah, they're really, really going to need good field position if Boletsky is in fact out for the game or even a couple of drives. I mean, they'll need all the field position they can get. So a great punt from the Agrippa there to pin Arizona on their own goal line.
Jackson stands in her own end zone behind her center. Have to go forward. Moses tries to get out onto the outside and does. Turns upfield and gets beyond the 15-yard line. That's an excellent play for the Scorpions.
Yeah, and nobody's more excited right now than Ashley Jackson about that DJ Moses run, giving her a lot of breathing room now with a great effort, very patient around the outside, and a nice broken tackle to save the safety, but good effort to get there and get the first down out to the 16, 17-yard line.
If Jason Julian would have been able to bring Moses down, that would have been very close to a safety, but Moses, always the tough runner, able to break out of that arm tackle, and now they set up with a new set of downs here on their own 19-yard line. Power I formation here for the Scorpions. The linebackers trickle over toward the near side. Jackson, screen play for Moses on the outside. Gets by a couple defenders. Has a little bit more room. Spins away from another. And it's down to the 35. And this drive is quickly becoming the DJ Moses show.
Yeah, and really keeping this offense alive, providing a spark that they haven't quite had yet. And they're finding it on the outside. They're getting Moses involved on the outside, not running him up the middle, and giving him room to work out there. And those spin moves are very effective, Tyler.
2 big plays. First, a 17-yard run. Now, I believe that's a 16-yard screenplay, which sets them up now at their own 35. Jackson to throw. Only her 7th of the day. Finds a man on the near side. That's hauled in by James Hands, and James Hands makes it 3 plays and 3 first downs for Arizona.
And having called James Hands many times here today, and going to have a challenge flag, Tyler. I think they're not challenging the reception. They're going to challenge the spot of the ball here, I believe, as James Hand made a spin move. So I think they're going to want to look at that move on the sideline.
We'll take a look under the hood as RCT2 does the same. This is on the Florida sideline, so Max Ball did have the best angle of it. He does get both feet in bound, and he might be right. He just did see maybe a toe touch the sideline there. Let's get the official call from R62.
Yeah, and on second viewing there, it's actually short of the first down marker. I thought it was later down the field on the spin move, but it looked like after the catch, his first step went out of bounds. So call is going to be overturned, Tyler.
A great call to throw the challenge flag by Max Paul, and instead of it being 3 plays, 3 first downs, it's now 2nd and 3 now for the Scorpions. Tight ends to the right, 2 wide receivers on the field, and again, Florida comes out in a 3-4. Moses gets the call near side, has a lane, and gets the first down to the 46-yard line.
Just enough to keep it going, and a nice effort from Moses there on the left side. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half, Tyler.
Set of downs, under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Ashley Jackson. The attempted handoff, Jackson has to run. She gets away for the pressure and makes positive yardage, a broken play, and Ashley Jackson gets 3 yards, and that's good news for the Storm, as Charlie Boletsky probably didn't have enough potassium, so get your potassium there, Charlie Boletsky. Go eat a banana or something.
Yeah, and Tyler, sometimes cramps can keep a player out for the game. That's not a definite he'll be back in. I've seen cramps keep a player out through the first and second half. So cramps can be very misleading. We'll see if Boletsky is able to get back out on the field, though.
3-3 nickel look here for the Storm. Jackson to throw. She dumps it off to the outside. That's caught, and turning upfield is the fullback, Nick Rockford. He makes positive yards, another 3-yard pickup, but now you need 4 to get the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, not very rough. Definitely, plenty of plays in your playbook you can go up to, but 2 for 5 so far on 3rd downs for Arizona, good for 40%.
2 wide receivers on the outside. Offset eye behind Ashley Jackson. She looks to throw over the middle, and that's caught with room to run for Donnie Hands, and Donnie Hands gets to the Florida 30.
Andrew Francis overcommitted in coverage, tried to make a ball hawking play, but instead it finds Donnie Hands for a big gain for Arizona.
Very nice, solid drive here, Arizona. Already 65 yards on the drive. Ashley Jackson 4 of 4 on passing attempts as well, so a much better start to the day, or to this drive, than her day. Only 6 of 9 total. Wide receivers again, another offset eye behind Jackson. Pressure coming, she's able to get it off and find her wide receiver. That's TJ Punk on the outside on the out route, picks up 7 yards. Get ready, the 17th SFL Championship game will be broadcast live on Next Level Sports and for the fans November 6th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Join Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green, Josh Circle, Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent, and myself, Tyler Falk, and the rest of the broadcast crew for the momentous occasion. To find Next Level Sports channels on your devices, visit itsnextlevel.com. And to find For the Fans channels on your devices, visit ftfnext.com so you don't miss a minute of the action. And we'll be right back after the 2-minute warning here in Fort Lauderdale. Florida 7, Arizona 0. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports and For the Fans. Live from the eye, I'm Tyler Falk. He's Steven Hacker as the defense for Florida creeps up on the line. It's a screenplay for DJ Moses. He turns the corner and gets the first down on the first play in the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and Arizona with the prime opportunity to tie this ball game up before the half, Tyler. And with Florida having got the ball to start the game, Arizona with a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Inside the red zone, down to the 18. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 tight ends, and DJ Moses off to the left. Be a handoff for Moses up the middle. He gets taken down from behind, and they'll go no further than the 15-yard line. Coming up on the 8 p.m. Music Halftime Report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will break down the first half between the Scorpions and the Storm. Sit down with Florida's rookie linebacker, Stephen Black, and a special guest may be stopping by for a cameo before you take the field. Comes your way on the 8 p.m. Music Halftime Report as DJ Moses again on the call. Fights forward beyond the first down marker to the 7.
Yeah, Moses now 13 carries in the ballgame, getting the prime workload for this Arizona offense, really the key point to keep this keeping these drives alive.
And an even 50 yards to go along with that. Offset eye now from the 7. Under a minute to go. Hand off, Moses on the outside. He gets stopped in the backfield, and Arizona's forced to take a timeout. Alessandro Cameo with the tackle.
Yeah, now some decisions for Arizona. They're going to have to look at their playbook and try to draw up the right plays. The clock's not going to be working with them here, and only a handful of opportunities.
2nd and goal now from the 9. Not the direction you want to go from first down to second down, especially inside your opponent's 10-yard line. Jackson to throw. Looks to the near side. That's a nice catch. And trying to fight to the end zone is James Hands. He got it. Touchdown, Arizona. 1 point away from being a tie ball game.
That's MVP ball right there. I mean, the second effort comes back to get the ball and then lowers his shoulder, makes the effort to get into the end zone. Great play by the wide receiver showing that toughness.
And they're just a Cliff Allen extra point away from tying this thing up. A very solid drive here for Arizona. 13 plays, their longest of the ball game. 93 yards. And it culminates with a 9-yard James Hands touchdown reception.
Ashley Jackson also is perfect, 7 of 7 on that drive, Tyler.
Snap, spot kick is up and good from Cliff Allen, and we are back as we were when we started the ball game, tied at 7 apiece. Very good drive from Arizona. Can Florida answer with under a minute to go, just over 30 seconds left, and they still have all 3 of their timeouts here, Hacker?
Yeah, very, very interesting. You know, Florida up to this point hasn't shown much aggressiveness, but, if they work the field right, dig into their bag of tricks, maybe they can get down there and get some points before the half.
For Justice Blackwell gets the 24, and may we see the return of Charlie Boletsky. He went out earlier in the game with cramps. We'll have to see if he's back on the field.
Yeah, Tyler, before he left with cramps, he had 16 touches, which had accounted up to that point for 50% of the Florida Storm offense.
That would be a huge blow to their production. And it looks like we have Stanley Nordelius out on the field instead of Boletsky. He gets his first call, works his way to the outside, gets positive yardage, 3 yards all told, before being taken down by Bernard Smith. And it looks like they're in no hurry to try and make something happen here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Tyler, and you want to point out 14 points here in the first half, well short being halfway to that over-under of 51.5. Interesting first half for these teams. Defense definitely showed up here in this ballgame.
Looks like that spread might as well hold. A very tight spread of 3.5 in the favor of Florida. Nordelius gets the call, gets the first down, but the clock hits triple zeros here in Fort Lauderdale. It's a tie ball game, 7 apiece. We've got a good one here. We send it back to Cam and Mike in the studios for the halftime report after a brief word from these sponsors. You're watching the SFL presented by 8 p.m. Music on Next Level Sports and for the fans.
Welcome to the APM Music Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. 7-7 ball game at the half, Mike. It was a pretty entertaining first half, and right now we wait on the status of Bullet Boletsky. That is a huge injury.
Yeah, that's a big injury in this game, Cam, and as it's going to play a huge part as to how this game plays out in the second half. The replacement did come in and have a couple of solid carries there on the last drive before the half, but it's hard to replace the MVP candidate in Bullet Boletsky.
We saw Stephen Black make a great play in the first half, shooting the gap. These Florida linebackers have made a difference in this football game, as has the fourth down attempts from Florida, not punting the ball with Marcus Agrippa. You saw the one time they did, they almost got a safety out of it. But some surprises on both sides of the ball for Florida so far.
Yeah, Cam, definitely surprises for Florida as well as Arizona. The non-punt and going forward on fourth down, they were successful on one attempt, and that call was questionable whether he had reached the first down marker or not. And then the second time, they were turning it over on downs. When you have a punter at the capabilities of Marcus Agrippa, and at that point they were up 7-0. Why not go ahead and punt Arizona back down deep? At the time, Arizona, they were struggling to get the ball moving, and they did. The defense stepped up and they did sustain that drive and got the ball back. But punt them back deep and maybe get a turnover and could really turn the game into your favor.
Arizona weathered that first half storm after throwing an interception, giving up a touchdown on the opening drive, ended up scoring a touchdown on the last drive of the second half to tie the game at 7. Earlier this week, we caught up with rookie inside linebacker Stephen Black, a former Madison Lynx player of the SFL minor league, and we got a chance to get to know Stephen Black a little bit, his journey in the SFL, and what he's looking forward to most in this matchup with Arizona. Take a listen. And welcome to the latest edition of People Behind Players. Along with Mike St. Green, we have today the inside linebacker for the Florida Storm, Stephen Black. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing well, sir. I've been on the tired side right now trying to game plan for this, but I'm good to go.
Hey, Stephen, man, glad you could join us. And before we get into the semifinal, matchup this weekend, let's go back a little bit. Tell us about your journey, going from a rookie to basically one of the most storied franchises in SFL history. 3 championships for this team. They win the championship game last season and right here on the verge again. What's it like for a rookie being on such a veteran squad and such a historic squad?
Being on the Florida Storm in general on such a storied franchise is actually amazing, especially with the locker room and the coaching staff that I have. Coming into the SFL was definitely a roller coaster of an experience, especially starting out on Madison, which had just won the championship the year before. So being on them kind of made me happy, especially being paired with the man who brought me into the league, Mr. Justice Blackwell. But being on Florida has been an exhilarating experience all year. I wish we could say we won all the games this year, but we've had a couple of heartbreakers. But Mighty certainly knows what he's doing. The coaches know what he's doing, and this team is probably one of the most rowdy bunch of people I've met in my entire life, and I love that.
Yeah, I can honestly say, Stephen, that yesterday when I posted in the Florida locker room about the possibility of doing an interview, there's every other locker room in the league, I definitely would have tagged the team. I didn't even tag the team. And within like half an hour, 3/4 of the team had responded to me. And it's just, Florida is unquestionably the most active locker room, the most engaged locker room. You have a front office that is incredibly engaging as well. I know that you came from Madison and it's not like you've bounced around the league or anything because you're pretty new to the SFL, but you mentioned the rowdiness. I mean, what is it like on game day? Do y'all have a voice channel? I mean, what is the experience like? It's got to be awesome.
Pretty much on game day, you can expect about half the team to be in that DC, just like calling out plays, getting rowdy from the highs and the lows. That DC is rarely silent on game days, hooting and hollering about the entire game the entire time. It's an awesome experience to be in there, no matter who gets in there. There are some people who are regulars in that DC, and some people who just come around every now and then. but everyone who comes in there makes the game day a lot more fun.
Yeah, and Steven, here we are, man. Semifinal matchup, Florida and Arizona. Arizona did, beat you guys first game of the season this season. What do you expect from this matchup, and what does it mean? A rookie. A lot of guys come into this league and have spent many seasons in this league, haven't reached the playoffs, let alone right here on the cusp of the championship game. What do you expect from the game, and what has it been like your journey as a rookie to come in and now you're in the a playoff win under your belt, and now you're right here one step from the championship game?
What I really expect from this game, I don't expect this game to be a blowout either way. I know this is going to be close, especially because this is a rematch that a lot of people have been looking forward to week one, including myself. I say, unlike week one, is if we don't give up 21 points in the first quarter like we did the last time we played these guys, I think there's a very good chance we could win this game. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have confidence in us being engaged, despite the fact that Mighty has never done it before. I believe he can do it, and I believe this entire team can do it. And hey, I'm just one of like 20 guys on this team who's hungry to go back to that championship. So I'm expecting a very good performance out of everyone on the field, both from the Scorpions and us. But we're going to win this game. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me, Stephen, but I can't imagine that there's a lot of owners, if any at all, that Mighty has never beaten. And Eddie Gage would be one of those at 0-2. But obviously Mighty has a tremendous amount of playoff experience. I know that Eddie and Mighty talk a lot in the offseason about game planning and coaching, and so it's going to be a really fascinating matchup. But let's go back to the minor leagues for a second, Stephen, because you did come from Madison. They did win a championship before you got there. Now they're 2-0 this season, and there's a lot of great guys. I saw you in the chat last night watching the game. Do you talk to Madison rookies? Have you kind of engaged them to let it know how it is, or is it more for you kind of a nostalgia of this is the team I came from, these are my humble beginnings, I want to support them?
It's a little bit of everything. I haven't really had a chance to touch base with a lot of the first season rookies in Madison this year, but I do have a few people from last year that I definitely try to show up and support for sure. And obviously with Madison being my minor league team, very rarely, unless I'm busy, you're not going to find me in the stands supporting Madison on any given game day for them. Seeing them 2-0, especially with the two nail-biting games they've had, is definitely exhilarating to watch. They definitely got some growing pains, just like a lot of the SFLM teams, but I'm very happy to see how good they're doing today.
One of the best experiences for a player is to get drafted, and recently you got drafted, Stephen. Where were you on draft night? What was your draft night like?
Honestly, on draft night, I believe I was sitting in a VC with a few other people watching the draft. So I was just at home chilling with my friends in the VC. And when I kind of knew I was going to get drafted, but it was never 100%. So when I got that DM from Mighty saying, "Hey, we're going to draft you," I was exhilarated. And then when they called my name, I will admit I was smiling from ear to ear, and my friends I was with were hooting and hollering about the whole entire thing. So they were very happy for me. I was very happy. And then, of course, Florida being Florida, they're sitting in a VC during the draft. And as soon as I get out, I jump in there, and they're all hooting and hollering. Cool. So literally from minute one, I was welcomed into the majors with open arms.
So they added you to the voice channel after you got picked, and you got to celebrate with those guys. That's really neat. That's really cool. I did not know that. Great experience. But before we let you go, Stephen, who are you off the field? What's your job like? What's your family like? What's life like outside the SFL? We want to get to know a little bit more about Stephen Black.
Well, you guys have seen me on the field, but off the field, I will admit, you probably can see in these chats, I'm a little bit of a laid back, quiet individual. I do have my definite competitive edge to me, but really, I just focus on helping out my family. I live with my mom and my two siblings here at home. Off the field, you can probably catch me playing video games or hanging out with people who brought me in here. Job-wise, I actually was unemployed for about a year due to various life issues, including a medical experience I had to go through that I don't want anybody to go through.
We've had a lot of that recently around here.
Yeah, but I got through that. I've actually been getting healthier and healthier ever since. But Off the field, I'm pretty much just a laid back guy. You don't really find me like doing too much off the field, but I'm always the guy where if someone wants to do something, you call me and I'll drop my things and I'll come and do it. So I could be pretty laid back, but you catch me on game or you catch me doing something competitive, and I'm probably gonna be one of the loudest people in the bunch.
It's just like your shirt says. I paused my game to be here, and we're happy that you're here, and we're happy to make you a superstar. We hope that you do some superstar things in this game against Mexico City, and hopefully we'll see you in the championship. Best of luck to you, Steven.
Thank you, sir. And it's like my shirt says, I paused my game to be here. I paused my game to be inside a simulation of another game.
Isn't that amazing how that works? That's so awesome. All right, Steven.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Hey, good luck
Thank
today.
you very much. Thanks, Cam.
Hey, we paused our game to listen to Steven interview while he paused his game. So whatever, Mike. But Steven's already made a great play in this game. Big tackle for loss. But always good to meet new people. Big guy from Kentucky, and he's a big part of this Florida Storm defense. And linebacker's been a hard position to retain there in Florida. They've really had some trouble at that spot, having to draft at that 2 or 3 seasons in a row. But I think Stephen Black's there to stay. I think they got a good one.
Yeah, it looks like Stephen Black is here to stay. And Cam, he made a big play against Arizona, not Mexico City that you mentioned in the interview.
Yes.
But they're playing. Mexico City's playing later. But anyway,
hey, you know what? That was so bad by me. I had totally forgotten. I must have blocked it out, and I even told you could diss me, and then so now I feel twice as bad because I didn't even see it coming.
I don't miss opportunities to give you a hard time, Cam.
All right, Mike. Hey, keys to the second half. We're all tied up at 7. Keys to both teams coming out with a victory and moving on to the championship.
Yeah, I'll start with Arizona. I really like what they did, making adjustments in the second quarter. They came out kind of surprisingly to me with the running game, and it worked to a certain degree. But, Ashley Jackson has been so hot here in the playoffs. I was kind of a little bit surprised to see that. And then they kind of mixed in the pass here in the second quarter, and they did get a touchdown pass to James Sands. I would like to see more of that if they can control the ball, control the clock a little bit, as they've done in the first half with kind of a mixture of both. That's going to be a key to them in the second half and move on. And a huge key to Florida right now is going to be, will Boletsky come back and make it back into this lineup? Because if he doesn't, it's going to be a long road for them to hold the rest of the way. But if Bullet can come back and get some things going on the ground, Arizona has done a good job of taking the passing game out of the backfield away from Bullet in the first half. But we can get to see Bullet on the ground coming back in the second half. And if he can make a few plays there, but one play I did like that kind of has kind of held Florida up most of this playoffs as well. Verdon Zarkov, they did make a huge completion to him in the first half. Maybe we can see a little bit more of Verdon if Charlie doesn't come back, but they're going to have to find some way somehow to keep the ball, move the chains, and keep Arizona on their heels.
And to your point, Mike, about shutting down the passing game, E.J. Minson's got a bunch of goose eggs on the board right now. He made the play of the game last week to take out Charleston 17-14 in the third quarter. They're going to need Vincent to get going here today, especially if Boletsky is out. Arizona 7, Florida 7 here at the half. We're back after this with the second half with Tyler and Steven. James Walters and Justin reside from the Eye in Fort Lauderdale when we return. This is the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports and for the fans.
Welcome back to Semifinal Saturday here in the SFL. I'm Tyler Falk, he's Stephen Hacker. Thank you, Cam and Mike, for that excellent halftime report. We're just about set to get underway again here in Fort Lauderdale from the eye as Ethan Snead boots it downfield once again for TJ Funk, and he starts his return 2 yards inside his own end zone. He can't escape. Ollie Truth there on the return is taken down at the 19, a yard loss, net loss on the return. And out come the Scorpion offense once again. And Hacker, let run us through the offense here for Arizona. It's they haven't had the ball as much as Florida, but now with the football to start off the third quarter, maybe a chance for them to make something happen.
Yeah, maybe look for DJ Moses here to get the half started, or the leading receiver from the first half was Donnie Hands with 3 receptions.
I'll start out with the passing attack, and Ashley Jackson will find James Hands on the outside, so maybe a different pair of hands that you were thinking of there, Hacker, but it's a completion nonetheless.
Oh, when they got so many hands on the team, it's hard to go wrong. You almost get it right every time. But James does have the one receiving touchdown for the Scorpions offense here in this ball game, Tyler. So not a bad choice looking out their left side either.
They're on 2nd and 5. They come out in the eye and 3 wide receivers from their own 24. Free nickel from Florida as Jackson's back to pass. Hit as she throws, tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted by Stephen Black. And it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, great interview there at the halftime from Stephen Black. I think it motivated him to come out and play a great second half. Almost got an interception to start this half.
Wouldn't that have been something? But instead, the Arizona offense gets another try here on 3rd down. Just as we are starting out the 3rd quarter. Jackson to throw. Crossing route over the left side. Deep bomb, near side. That's hauled in by Donnie Hands. And eventually we get to Donnie Hands here. Hacker, he's down to the Florida 31.
I was waiting for Arizona to take these shots. A fade route there on the outside, and Donnie Hands able to get behind the defender, and Ryan Davidson gets left in the dust as Donnie Hands gets a big gain for the Scorpions.
That play reminded me of when these two teams met up in week 1. It's almost the exact same play. Donnie Hands beat Ryan Davidson and went to the house for a touchdown. This time, Davidson brings him down from behind, and instead it's a 1st down for the 31. Moses with the call. Sneaks out of one tackle, but then is nearly folded in half by Eric Hammer.
And Arizona looking really crisp here coming out of the tunnels to start this second half, really catching Arizona on their heels. Catching Florida on their heels. Florida's going to really need to make a stand and tighten up on defense right now.
Goal line set, and Florida put pretty much everybody in the box, but they're going to throw. DJ Moses gets the call on the screen, turns upfield. It's a nice gain of 7 on the screen play, and they're just outside the red zone.
Moses now 3rd reception, gets his total touches up to 19 for the day, and really the focal point of this offense for Arizona in this ball game, and got him near the SFL red zone, Tyler.
At 18. I know you're one of the main guys that does stats for us.
I was trying to do a little bit of predictive there. I thought I didn't think the stats had got updated yet, so I was just trying to do a little prediction there, Tyler. I'm sorry.
You doubt James Walters and Justin Rasai? I don't think so.
Not doubt. I was giving him time. I was giving him time to get the entry in, Tyler. Forgive me. I can't have one.
You give one. You give one, Hacker. Moses gets the 1st down.
And actually, yeah, again, looking out there right side, great blocking by the offensive lineman to get out there and set up that screen, and there's room there on the right side for Moses to get the 1st down.
That's exactly how you draw it up on the whiteboard as it translates down there on the field. Now inside the red zone, inside the 15, in fact, down to the 14. Bunch set to the left of Ashley Jackson. She's back to pass, looks over the middle. It's off the shoulder pad of Stephen Black and incomplete.
And Stephen Black, the rookie, really stepping up here in this prime situation, this playoff game. And Stephen Black is showing up in the biggest way, knocking this one out of the hands of the tight end, Will Todd.
Very tight window. Ashley just not able to fit it in this time. And now it's 2nd and 10. Ashley Jackson, 13 of 18 today. And on the drive, I believe she a 4. Let's go ahead and ask Justin Rasai and Davidson, which is 4 of 6. My apologies. I got one wrong.
Yeah, see, everybody gets one, Tyler.
There we go. 4 wideouts, trips to the near side. Jackson to throw, pumps once, now looking over the middle, finds her target. That's TJ Punk, and he's taken down just a yard outside the end zone.
And Ashley looking really comfortable in the pocket right now. The pressure that Florida was able to apply in the first half is non-existent here in the second half, and Ashley Jackson is shredding this Florida defense right now.
It's a very nice opening drive for the Scorpions. Can they punch it in and take their first lead of the football game? Let's find out. Brand new set of downs, 1st and goal from the 1. They have 100% here down in the red zone. Last time they were here, it was a nice pass for James Hands that ended up being a touchdown. Will they go to DJ Moses? They will. Up the middle, stopped. Very nice pursuit on the ball carrier. Getting to him right away was Andrew Francis.
And I like the call on 1st and goal to give the ball to your running back, let him try to fight for the touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised to see DJ Moses get another chance here, Tyler.
Same place, different down. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2 wide receivers. The tight end, Will Todd, is flexed out to the right. Again, call for DJ Moses. Gets stuffed to the line again by Alessandro Tamayero. And no gain, and 3rd down upcoming.
And a great push from the front 7 of this Florida Storm defense, really tightening up right here when they need to the most at the goal line. If they can make one more stand, Tyler, it's going to force Arizona to go for 3.
Power eye here for the Scorpions, looking to punch it in on 3rd down. Handoff, Moses, near side, gets the blocks this time, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Scorpions!
And the lead block from the fullback really is what got DJ Moses into the end zone there as Eric Hammer was in the backfield tracking on DJ Moses. But a great block there and great vision from Moses to get around that block and into the end zone as quickly as possible and giving Arizona that coveted lead.
It's been a 14-point swing since the opening drive of the football game where Florida marched down, took a touchdown. It's been all Arizona on the scoreboard since. Now looking to make it a 7-point ball game is Cliff Allen. High snap corralled. Spot kick is up and good, and it's 14-7 here in Fort Lauderdale. We'll step aside and take a quick break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Back in the eye here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Tyler Falk, Stephen Hacker, Justin Rasai, James Walters, and Cameron Irvine all with you here for semifinal Saturday. Justice Blackwell gets his return started and nearly broke one open for the near side as he's taken down from behind at the 25-yard line. And now here comes Florida on to start their first drive of the third quarter.
We'll see how they respond to that great drive that Arizona just put together to start the second half, Tyler. And I wanted to point out only 10 incompletions in this ball game so far, 5 from each quarterback. So both teams playing very well passing the game. And Tyler, you see Charlie Boletsky's back on the field.
I was just going to say that's really good news for this hometown crowd to see Boletsky back on the field, and he gets the first call on a little swing pass. He can only muster one, but it looks like he had his potassium at halftime and is just able to get back on the field.
Yeah, able to get out there, maybe got asked by the defender there, hey, how you feeling? And Boletsky shrugs it off, says, hey, I'm good, man, ready to go. Ready to take over the workload here for the Storm offense. And they needed him. They really were pretty stagnant after he left out of the game, and he just gives them another element on offense.
Back in the backfield alongside Noel Cap, the fullback, as there's 2 wide receivers and a tight end. He gets the call here on second down, has a hole up the middle, and he's
there he goes.
Down to the 40-yard line. He's out of a tackle. He's getting chased from behind. He will not be stopped. Charlie Bullet Boletsky strikes again.
And that's what he gives you. This second season player he's explosive. He just has that it factor, Tyler, and takes this one up the middle, changes position, changes the direction on the field, gets the ball in the right hand, and then breaks the tackle, and then the burst of speed here to get past that final defender. And Charlie Boletsky is that man.
74 yards of all Charlie Boletsky gets to the house, and they're just an extra point away from tying this one up again. I could go over the drive summary here, Hacker. 2 plays, both for Charlie Boletsky, all of those 75 yards. He got 1 on a little swing pass and all 74 on the rushing touchdown.
And a big response.
Exactly. Kick up and good, and a big response is right, Hacker. They're right back to a level playing field once again.
And really, yeah, exactly what they needed. They needed to reset the momentum of the game as Arizona kind of took control there to start the second half. Now here at home, Florida probably has momentum back on their side as they're going to come out here and try to play great defense. Looking at Stephen Black making great plays in the middle of the field. Let's see if he can capitalize and take one away from Arizona here, Tyler.
He boots it downfield once again for TJ Punk to start his return. This time only a yard inside his own end zone. He'll take it up middle of the field, and he gets taken down at the 23-yard line. It was a calm and cool collective drive to begin the third quarter for the Scorpions. Can they repeat it, Mr. Hacker?
I definitely think so. DJ Moses has been really consistent in this ball game, handling the workload very well. But, the key to success for Arizona has always been their big playability. Can they get Donnie Hands and James Hands open deep down the field? So they're going to need some of that if they want to take the lead back here in this ball game.
Last 2 drives for Arizona both resulted in touchdowns. Can they keep the momentum going? Deep shot over the left side, and it is immediately into the hands of Evan Carroll for Florida, and they take over after just 1 play.
Yeah, gets the ball back. Second turnover of the game for Arizona, as now Florida going to get the ball with really good field position and a happy, healthy Charlie Boletsky on the field. Florida has to smell the blood in the water here. They want the lead back in this game, and they're in prime position to do it, Tyler.
Ashley Jackson had only 1 interception in both her previous games here in the playoffs. Now she has 2. Not a good sign for Arizona. They need her to step up like she has been early on in these playoffs. But let's with the call again, and almost breaks up another big scamper. He is holed at just about 6 yards before he's taken down by a couple of Scorpions.
And it was a good effort there up the middle. And a 6-yard gain on first down. You'll take that every time, Tyler.
Ron Cochran's numbers a little over 100 yards. Has 64, 65 QBR at the moment. Looking to see what he can do here in the second half. Cochran over the middle to no one in particular. Maybe looking for E.J. Minson, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed timing. That's one of the bad things whenever you have the slants out there. Sometimes you throw into traffic and your receivers aren't sure who is supposed to get the ball, and that one falls incomplete.
Just under 6 minutes as it's 3rd and 4 for Florida after the interception. 3 wide receivers, Cochran to the gun with Boletsky to his left. Bump coverage on the outside for Arizona. Cochran to throw, quick over the middle, and it's incomplete, and Arizona's defense holds firm. It's a quick 3 and out for Florida.
Yeah, great press coverage there on the outside from Arizona's defense. Gets Florida off the field, and Florida really had a good opportunity there, but Arizona going to stand strong and take the ball away. Agrippa going to have to really punt this one away. I expect him to get a nice corner punt, Tyler, and really try to pin Arizona deep in their own territory.
He has pinned Arizona at their own 2 on one of his previous punts. Can he do the same here? It's angled near side of the field this time. It'll take a bounce of the 10. It's going to take a quick bounce. And again, they pin him close to the goal line. They'll mark this one down at the 4.
And that's huge, Tyler. You know, when your defense is playing as good as it is, and your punter, your special teams can help you out that much, pin the opposing offense that far into their own territory. I mean, that's just, it's a coach's dream. An excellent execution from Marcus Agrippa here in this ballgame, Tyler.
It almost looked like a mirror effect. The last time they were here, Arizona, it was after they had thrown an interception on their previous drive. They worked that football all the way down for a touchdown. Can they do the same here? Moses, he goes backward 3 yards. He's lucky he's not taken down in the end zone by Alex Dominguez and company.
Great push there as the defensive lineman for the Storm defense really crashed in there on the middle, and the Scorpions offense ran right at that pressure, and it results in a 2-yard loss.
Linebacker shift over. Very dangerous spot for Arizona. Moses gets the call. Near side. Has blockers in front of him. He's going to go off to the races as well. And he's down to the 34-yard line. Another clutch play from DJ Moses.
And I want to point out 6'4", 315-pound offensive lineman Sean Crooked out there leading the charge for DJ Moses on that run. And the big man showed some versatility getting downfield at that 3rd level. Great blocking on display from the Scorpions.
Every inch matters, and Florida could have used a big stop there. Instead, the Scorpions are on the march again. Shotgun set, trips near side of the formation for Ashley Jackson. They'll get one of the linemen to jump off sides for Florida. Pass over the middle, nice one-handed grab for a pickup of about 9 yards, and they'll take that over the penalty and give the reception to the former tight end, TJ Punk.
Yeah, TJ Punk has a couple of targets here in this ballgame. Now going to have his 3rd reception if they decline the penalty, Tyler.
And he will get his 3rd reception. The Scorpions, led by Eddie Gage, will decline the penalty and make it 2nd and short upcoming here for Arizona. Spread and over-under are presented by Jack's Data, one of the more prolific groups here in the SFL. They provide all of our over-unders. Over-under set at 51.5. Spread in favor of Florida at 3.5. Moses on the carry again. Fights his way forward on the outside and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, not extremely explosive here today, but extremely consistent has been DJ Moses, doing just enough to keep this Scorpions offense in the ball game. Now 21 carries for 84 yards and also 4 receptions to go along with it, Tyler.
How high his numbers go. We saw in the minor league a couple of backs, Douglas Brown and Randy Squarebush, each post 200 numbers. Pass over the middle is caught in traffic. A very nice catch over the middle by Roscoe Justice.
And a great read by Ashley Jackson going through her progressions, looked the safety Ryan Tobin off, and it caused that delayed reaction there as you see Tobin come flying in due to the eyes of Ashley Jackson coming over to Justice at the last second. Nice play from the quarterback.
Getting everybody involved is Ashley Jackson now from the Florida 36. Strong power eye here on the field. 3-4 look from Florida. It'll be a handoff for Moses near side. Gets stopped in the backfield. Nothing doing there. Jason Julian sets Moses back 2 yards.
And a great start now on that 1st down to get a 2-yard loss for this Florida defense. They really need to clamp down as Arizona's outside of field goal range. If Florida's defense can hold Arizona here, that's best case scenario.
Trips near side. Ashley Jackson under center with Moses behind her in the backfield. Looks to throw. Slant pattern over the middle, deflected by Julian. again, and it's third down. He's made 2 plays on back-to-back.
This third and long, though, Tyler, if there's one team in the SFL that feels really comfortable with these 3rd and 12s, it's got to be Arizona with these 2 dynamic receivers they have on the outside. They can make up this yardage very easily.
We'll see what they cook up. Jackson under center. 4 wide out spread amongst the formation. Quick drop, has to roll, and she's hit as she throws, and it falls to the turf, incomplete. A very nice defensive stand after it looked like Arizona had got their wheels turning again. That brings up 4th down and another punt for Brian Clouds. This one, he might just try and angle and pin Florida deep and try and repay Florida for what Marcus Agrippa has done to them on the last couple punts. Clouds' punt is angled toward the near side. Blackwell just looks it off. It takes a bounce at the 12, and it's stopped at the 5. And it's dueling punters. Both probably had their sandwiches out, and they've had a plenty of chipping practice today.
Yeah, looking great. These special teams units here in this ball game. Playoff field position is over or underrated, Tyler. You know, where you start your drives is vastly underrated. And Russ starting field position on a couple of drives for Arizona. Now Florida's going to have their crack at it.
Line shifts over for Arizona's defense. Offset eye behind Ron Cochran. They go with Charlie Boletsky. Has a blocker. He's going to scamper for a while. Down to the 20, down to the 30, and he's finally taken up by Eddie Gage at the 34.
Yeah, and that was a Hall of Fame play from the safety, Eddie Gage, to recognize that Boletsky was probably going to take this to the house, and great recognition from Eddie Gage to chase him down from behind. But since Boletsky's been back in this game, Tyler, the Florida Storm offense looking just completely different, extremely explosive, ready to go, and just keep feeding Boletsky the ball, and looks like you're on your way to a victory.
Bullet has not skipped a beat. He's a yard shy of 150 on the day already after missing nearly the entire second quarter. Bump coverage on the outside now for Florida as the line scoots toward the near side. Cochran under center, Boletsky behind him. Cochran is going to dump off for Boletsky. Near side has a few blockers and again is going to turn and run for a while. He's taken down by his ankles by Bernard Smith, but it's yet another first down for the Storm.
Arizona really needs to find a way to slow down Boletsky if they want to find themselves in this ball game. Right now, Boletsky's looking unstoppable. He's heating up in this ball game the more he gets carries.
4 wide and Cochran under center here on a new set of downs. Quick drop looking for Blackwell. We'll find Blackwell for a pickup of 8 before he's brought down at Arizona's 37. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And get SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. 2nd and 2 yards to go here for Florida on Arizona's 47. They go with the hot hand, that being Charlie Boletsky. He's only able to muster up a yard before Max Knight's able to bring him down.
Yeah, a couple of tackles now in the trenches for Max Knight, doing a great job slowing down those gut plays from Florida. Now a 3rd and 1 situation. Boletsky got a majority of the workload up to this point, Tyler. It'll be interesting to see if they go to the well one more time with it.
They bring in a heavy set. Arizona brings in a 4-3 to try and counter. Boletsky goes up the middle and picks up the first down before Sean Moore can bring him down.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're going to give Boletsky a chance to cool off now after getting so much work going into that 3rd down carry. It'll be interesting to see, maybe look for a tight end or E.J. Minson, who's been really, really quiet in this ballgame, Tyler. Only 1 reception up to this point.
Less than 45 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Boletsky again on the call. He tries to get out of a couple tackles, does get out of one, but he is again brought down by Sean Moore and Eddie Gage. Those 3 are getting to know each other rather well here as we get into the later stages of this game.
Yeah, the veterans showing their prowess as their experience, able to track down the ball carrier. But, you know, Boletsky, I think some of that explosiveness wearing off a little bit. It was great to get a 3-yard gain there, but lacking a little bit of that explosiveness as this drive has progressed.
Cochran to throw. Looks for the out route far side. Has it. That's Stephen Bush. And Bush has a good catch of a couple, and it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, wow. First reception of the game for Steven Bush. Very, very quiet game for the longtime receiver of this Florida Storm offense. Now in his 8th season.
Massive 3rd down for Arizona. They are outside field goal range. We'll have to see what happens when we come back. It's the end of the 3rd, so get your 4s and any 6s up in chat. You're watching the SFL playoffs on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Final frame of regulation. Here we go. Florida, Arizona, all tied up at 14 with Florida have the ball. Rod Cochran for the first play from scrimmage. Gets hit in the backfield by Alex Constantine.
Big play from the defensive tackle, gets in there and stops that drive immediately to start this 4th quarter, Tyler. And, big game. We're tied up here. And these two teams, Tyler, have played 4 times all time. And it's a split matchup. Both teams winning 2 games. Both wins, though, Tyler. Interesting fact, each of these teams are only winning at home, though. Away team always loses in this matchup, Tyler. But 10 and a half minutes remaining in this game, and Arizona looking really strong. We'll see if Florida can hold them off, Tyler.
And that's not the sign you want to see. Marcus Agrippa had 2 spectacular punts, then the gunner just ran a little bit too far, and it brings up a touchback, and so Arizona don't have to worry about being pinned in their own territory to start a drive. And it looks like they're going to come out firing. In the shotgun formation is Ashley Jackson. 4 wide receivers. Florida come out with bump coverage on those receivers. Jackson, play action, pressure coming, and they repay the favor. Ashley Jackson takes a 7-yard sack by big, sexy Alex Dominguez.
The SFL all-time leader in sacks displays his dominance one more time here in the playoffs, making a big play there on Ashley Jackson.
And again, they come up with 4 wide. And again, Florida come out with bump coverage here on 2nd and long. Jackson, another play action. Looks to throw. Has time this time. Over the middle. Picked up by Florida. That's 3 on the day for Ashley Jackson. And I believe that's number 2 on the day for Ryan Tobin.
Ryan Tobin does a great job fighting with the receiver there to get that ball. And Jackson with time on that play action, but well covered, trusts her arm a little bit too much, maybe a little bit too much trust in the receiver, but great coverage from Ryan Tobin, the 6'4 safety, able to jump up and take that one away.
And Florida take over by the way of the interception. They'll start this drive inside Arizona's 40 at the 39-yard line. Excellent field position for Florida. Cochran in the gun with 3 wide receivers to begin the drive. He's back to pass. Looks over the middle for the all slants. That's incomplete. In on the coverage was Parker Thomas. And we want to remind you that 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. Second play of the drive for Cochran. He's going to look for the out route on the far side, has his man, and he sneaks out of a tackle. That being Pauly Truth. He's been busy today. His 4th reception in as many targets.
Getting a lot of love from Ron Cochran in this ballgame, and really rewarding Cochran for the love. It has made some great second effort plays, and you saw one there, able to shake off the defender and get out of bounds just after picking up the first down.
Receptions, 34 yards for Pauly Truth. He's having a very nice day indeed. Now, new set of downs from the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends to the left. Wide receivers split the formation. Cochran to throw. Looks near side for Boletsky. Got him. Good pick up about 3. He's tackled there by Nick Butkus.
Arizona did a much better job there responding to Boletsky out of the backfield. Got to him immediately. Held him for a minimal gain, only picking up 3 on that one. But Florida getting inside the SFL red zone now. Tyler inching closer and closer to getting into pay dirt.
As they inch closer and closer, the defense starts to play more bump coverage. Cochran to throw over the middle. It's caught by a diving receiver. That's E.J. Vincent. He's down to the 8-yard line.
And that's a big-time play. You're sending your wide receiver there over the middle into all that coverage, and he makes a diving play for Ron Cochran. E.J. Minson, just fantastic receiver, 6'5", 235 pounds, and has the body to take those kinds of shots there in the middle.
That pass was almost knocked aside by Parker Thomas, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, sadly, as now inside the red zone at the 8-yard line. They give to Boletsky, and Boletsky is met up by a wall of Scorpions, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, couldn't establish the blocking up front. 41 got caught up into traffic, and that allowed the linebacker to come up, make a nice play in the backfield, and holds Florida to a minimal gain.
2nd and goal now from the 7 here for Florida. Offset eye behind Cochran. He's back to throw. Looks near side for his fullback, Cap, and Cap turns the corner, but can't get enough upfield. Only a gain of 2 before Iverson, Gamble, and company take him down, and it's a huge 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, probably a big 3rd down, and why you see Cap on the field there was probably to give Boletsky a shot at recouping some energy as he's now back out on the field, Tyler.
3 wide receivers. Boletsky in the backfield. Linebacker shift over. 3rd and goal. Cochran to throw. Looks over the middle. It's incomplete. He tried to find Stephen Bush for his 2nd catch of the ball game, and what a catch that could have been.
Yeah, and Cochran threw that in the right spot. Took a low approach on that throw. And Bush almost had enough to come up with that sliding catch, but Florida going to have to settle for the field goal, but they're going to get the lead if they can come up, if Snead can push it through.
Ethan Snead was 1 for 1 a week ago from about 21 yards out. This from a very similar spot from the right hash. Snap, spot kick is up, and it is good from Ethan Snead, and the Storm are back out in front. It's 17-14.
Yeah, and that was a 8-play, 34-yard drive where they used 6 passing attempts to go 33 yards. Also got Boletsky involved on the ground with 1 run, but only one yard. So a little bit of a stagnant drive for Florida, but they did get the 3 points to take the lead. Now, Tyler, 7.5 minutes remaining in this ballgame.
Now going from left to right across the screen, Sneak boots it down for DJ Punk, who this time starts his return on the 2-yard line as he angles near side, cuts back to the outside, and nearly had a lane as he gets taken down at the 40-yard line by Ivy Lurkin. And oh boy, that could have been huge.
Wow, that guy needs a name ball of the week. Ivy Lurkin. Somebody let the Simpod know. Fantastic name there from Florida.
Here come the Scorpions. Ashley Jackson today, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Needs to right the ship. They come out with 4 wide receivers and they're down by 3. Jackson to throw over the middle, and it's caught by Donnie Hands inside Florida territory, down to the 46. It's a big statement play from Ashley Jackson.
Yeah, and really this game, Donnie Hands has been the big play guy, really seems to be showing up in these moments whenever the Scorpions offense needs a spark, and provides another one now.
Just like that, they're on the other side of the 50, and they go back to the goal line. We saw a lot of their plays come out in the first half. Jackson to throw. Screen play for Moses near side. Gets a block. He turns upfield, spins for maybe a gain of 2 before being taken down by Eric Hammer, as Moses was slow to get up and eventually does.
Yeah, Moses maybe taking a breather there on the ground, and really great work from these offensive linemen from the Scorpions. Tyler, is that gain, the 2 yards isn't much, but it could have been a lot worse had the blocker not been out there.
Linebacker shift toward the near side. Jackson to throw again. Another screen play for Moses. This time has a little bit more room to run and spins upfield and gets close to the line to gain, ultimately a yard shy at the 37.
And Sean Crooked again out there in blocking, doing a great job on those screen plays for DJ Moses. And Moses really the benefactor of this great work from the Scorpions.
Now it's a battle in the trenches. Goal line offense and 7 men in the box for Florida. Another screenplay, 3 straight, and Moses gets the call and the first down to the 33-yard line, and Arizona continues to move down the field with efficiency.
And I just want to point it out again, 65, Sean Crooked on the 3rd level of the defense out there trying to spring DJ Moses for a big play. Just excellent work from the big man, repeatedly getting out there in the flats, 2nd and 3rd level from the offensive lineman.
Bump coverage on the outside. Jackson, play action. Looking to throw deep over the middle. It's knocked away, and that was nearly the same play that she was picked off again. Andrew Francis gets his hand up to knock it away.
Yeah, and Francis has really been trying to ball hawk in this game, playing really, really aggressive on these receivers, and this time gets in front of it, able to see the ball into his hand, just can't quite intercept it, but takes a big play opportunity away from the Scorpions.
I said he got his hand up and hit him right there on the elbow, and sometimes with how hard these players throw here in the SFL Hacker, that might leave a little bit of a welt on your elbow right there.
And Ashley really does. She's got one of the stronger arms in the SFL, and if she's rearing back and letting it go, it's tough to bring in.
Split backfield here on 2nd down. Lineman jumps upside for Florida, and it's the lineman who comes up with the sack, and it's all for naught. A free play here for Arizona as they'll get Deontay Stoneville with the infraction.
Neutral zone infraction, number 52, defense.
Yep, and the lack of discipline, you're gonna lose a great play result. Maybe trying to get a good timing on the snap, but the lack of discipline. Now you're gonna move the Arizona offense forward, and what would have been a nice sack.
Instead of it being 3rd and long, it goes to being 2nd and 2 here from the Florida 28. Arizona flips the formation, and the defense for Florida responds by shifting their linebackers toward the near side. It'll be a dump off near side for the tight end, Mike Bennett, and he's a yard shy himself after being taken down by Evan Carroll.
Very manageable 3rd and 1 though coming up for the Scorpions offense. One thing I've noticed here in the second half, Tyler, Arizona's really looking away from Stephen Black on the Florida Storm defensive side, really trying to go to the outside, not throwing anything really over the middle unless it's a skinny post deep down the field.
He was very active in the first half. Haven't heard a lot from him as it's another dump off toward the far side this time, and it's a big first down for Arizona as they march down to the 11. It's Will Todd with the reception. Or, excuse me, that's Will Todd out there. 80s and 89s and 88s kind of get a little bit confusing sometimes.
Yeah, and that's a great effort. Getting pushed out of bounds at the 11. It's going to be a 1st and 10. So Arizona with an opportunity to get a fresh set of downs if they have to. But very, very manageable field position now for the Scorpions. Ashley Jackson looks to be in control, and DJ Moses is picking up steam as they get into the red zone.
Knocking on the door, goal line set, handoff Moses toward the near side. He can't spin away from Evan Carroll. He picks up only 2.
2-yard gain, not too bad there on 1st down. You may be looking to get in the right field position for a particular play as you're working against the back of the end zone as that 12th defender here, Tyler.
Our running formation here for the Scorpions. Florida bring out the 3-4 look again here on 2nd down. Under 4 minutes to go. Handoff Moses toward the near side is taken down by Stephen Black, and a big 3rd down upcoming here. Hacker, you're only down by 3. You don't want to force it and just throw away points.
Yeah, you can't give the ball away here. You don't want to be too conservative, but you can't be too aggressive. And I look to Eddie Gage and Ashley Jackson to dial up just the right kind of play here on 3rd down, Tyler.
Play action, shotgun, Jackson under pressure, and it's Big Sexy again. Another sack for Alex Dominguez, his 2nd of the ball game, and that stalls the drive out for Arizona.
Yeah, play action, and that took a little bit too long for that play to develop, and it gives Alex Dominguez time to get free of his blocker and makes a big play to stop that drive.
Cliff Allen hit from 42 yards a week ago. This one from a much shorter distance. Make it a 29-yard attempt from right near the right hash. High snap, corralled, spot is good. Kick is up, and it's through, and we're tied up again at 17. This teeter-totter battle is just keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, really back and forth. Both teams giving us prime playoff matchup here, Tyler. I mean, this is SFL football at its best, as both teams taking their opportunities, adjusting, and really capitalizing on the moment. And it's going to come down to the wire.
Under 3 minutes of regulation to go here in this first of 2 semifinal matchups. Cliff Allen boots it downfield for Justice Blackwell, who starts his return near his own goal line. He tries to make a man miss with a truck at the 23, but ultimately is sat down right there. And on come the Storm offense once again, trying to put this game away in friendly confines.
Yeah, and Bullet Boletsky, Tyler, really the key factor for this Florida offense is every time they get him involved, big things seem to happen.
Gone straight package for Florida. Cochran looking far side, tipped and incomplete. Everett Garrison knocks it away, and now it brings up 2nd and 10. A big play from Garrison.
Yeah, and that, Florida has really not taken those big shots down the field, and they finally take one to Minson, and Garrison was in great coverage, able to knock it away.
2nd and 10 again from their own 23. 4-3 look on defense. Bar formation look on the offense. Cochran to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. He does get it away to the outside. That's E.J. Minson on the catch. And it's 2 yards shy of the sticks, but it opens up the playbook again here for Florida.
Yeah, definitely wide open playbook. Boletsky can get 2 yards on the ground, or if they can go to swing pass, that's great. Plenty of options in the route tree for Minson and Bush, even Baird and Zarkov over the middle. So Florida with a wide open playbook here.
Bunch set far side. 3rd and 2 from their own 31. Over back to about 5 yards. Cochran looks over the middle. It's a jumping catch from Stephen Bush. And now we get to see Bush turn it on.
And at the right time, too. Bunched in 3 wide receivers there to the left side and just sent Bush on a 9 route and catches the safety looking towards the right sideline. And Cochran able to deliver a dime and moves the chains for the Storm.
A crucial 3rd down conversion. They're only converting on 50% of 3rd downs now, as they're 6 of 12. Offset eye behind Cochran and two tight ends in the direction of the fullback. Cochran to throw. It's a dump off for Boletsky out of the backfield, but Arizona finally is starting to read those plays, and it's Eddie Gage. Who else? The Hall of Famer who gets to him as we reach the 2-minute warning here in the eye in Fort Lauderdale. It's a tight ball game, tied up at 17 apiece. We'll be back. You don't want to miss the conclusion of this one. It's the SFL on Next Level Sports and for the fans. We've got an exciting conclusion to matters here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Tyler Falk, he's Stephen Hacker. Thanks for joining us tonight. As Boletsky gets the call out of the 2-minute warning, he picks up a couple yards, and it brings up third down.
Probably the most important third down of this ball game, Tyler, as the clock is going to continue to run. If Florida can convert, it's going to force Arizona to start using their timeouts to try to keep themselves in this ball game. So a 3rd and 9 now, Tyler, the most important one of the game.
We'll see what both clubs dial up. 4 wide receivers, Cochran under center. He's back to pass, looks over the middle, has his man inside field goal range. That's E.J. Minson.
No timeout from Arizona here, Tyler. Very interesting as Florida is now in field goal range. This is Ethan Snead's territory. And Arizona's got to do something, Tyler, besides let the clock run.
And Cochran goes into the shotgun set, trips to the near side. You would think they'd try and run the football. Cochran looks to throw over the middle. He's got his man. That's Stephen Bush, I believe. No, check that. Sylvester Truitt with the reception.
Yes, and in the biggest moment, Florida gets down into the SFL red zone. Now Arizona realizing that they have to use their timeouts if they want to have the clock and a chance at this ball game. But this Florida offense moving down the field, Tyler, looks like they're not going to be denied.
Check that. Zarkov, the tight end, gets into the act, and they are inside the red zone in prime field position. 2 timeouts left for Arizona, 1:01 left on the game clock. Offset eye behind Cochran. They go to Boletsky on the ground. He spins out of one and can't spin out of another tackle as Arizona call yet another timeout. Coming up next on Next Level Sports and for the fans, the SFL semifinals continue with the Mexico City Aztecs traveling to face the Baltimore Vultures. The winner meets the winner of this matchup in the 17th SFL Championship game next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Will it be the Aztecs making it back to their first title game since season 9? Or will the Vultures return and try and claim 2 titles in the last season? It all comes your way next on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Cochran, near side, has Bush, touchdown Florida! It's a big play for Florida, and that might just seal the football game!
David Bush in the second half really coming alive, Tyler, for this Florida offense. Makes a big play there on the goal line, gives the quarterback Ron Cochran, the lefty, a great target, a great window, and then the second effort to get in by Bush gives Florida the lead.
Florida with the touchdown, 6 points ahead. Need the extra point from Seed to go 7 points ahead on a 9-play, 76-yard drive, culminating with that Bush touchdown. 3 plays, three runs, and a whole bunch of passing attempts for Ron Cochran. Snap spot, Sneed's kick is up and good, and now with 53 seconds remaining and 1 timeout for Arizona. There's still time to put it together for Arizona, but they're going to need Ashley Jackson to be perfect on this drive.
Yeah, and you can't expect anything less with this kind of opportunity. This is prime time, Tyler. This is the moment you dream for. This is where legends are made, and Ashley Jackson and this Arizona Scorpions offense have their moments. Everything is lined up. They only have 1 timeout, but the odds are not out of the question. They can definitely get into this game. They can get into scoring with their weapons that they have, Tyler.
Punk down to the 25. That's where he gets stopped. And Cam and Mike mentioned it at half that with Mighty RX or Max Paul under the helm for the Florida Storm, they have not beaten an Eddie Gage ran Arizona Scorpions team. Will this change today? Ashley Jackson, 4 wide receivers, trips to the near side to begin the drive. She's back to pass, throws it deep over the middle. It's knocked aside by Andrew Francis.
Yeah, Ashley attacking this cover 3 defense and tried to squeeze it into a tight window, but Francis does a great job getting that hand up and able to knock it away. But 2nd and 10, 45 seconds, still plenty of time. Ashley doesn't have to get super aggressive, but if they're going to go short, they need to look towards the sideline, Tyler, so they get a chance to save those timeouts, save that final timeout, and give themselves an opportunity to stop the clock.
Coverage backs off about 10 yards. 3 wide receivers, Jackson under center. He's back to throw. Looks for Moses out of the backfield. Moses angles toward the far sideline and gets hit out of bounds, which stops the clock with 40 seconds to go.
Good job by Moses there, recognizing where he is on the field. Gets out of bounds even though he's short of the first down, but stops the clock most importantly. Sets up a 3rd and 4 for Arizona, Tyler. That's manageable and plenty of opportunities here to keep this drive alive.
And especially with the game being this close, it's definitely 4-down territory. But with 40 seconds and 1 timeout, they need to get down the field in a hurry. Jackson to throw. Throwing over the middle, that's caught. 1st down yardage and more. Down to the 42. And they're going to hustle back to the line. 30 seconds remaining here for the Scorpions. Jackson to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught. Another 1st down for Arizona. 20 seconds left to go.
That defender got to get set up. What is that? It looks like intentional clock delay there, Tyler.
10 seconds to go. Jackson to throw. Over the middle. That's caught with 7 seconds left on the clock. They call their final timeout.
Yeah, almost forced into having to take that timeout now with only 7 seconds remaining. Tyler burned a lot of time on that last play. Lost a lot. So Arizona maybe setting up for 1 final opportunity. Maybe have a chance for 2 plays if the first one's incomplete. But we're looking at really close to the end of this ball game, Tyler. Ashley Jackson has got to be feeling the pressure now, but Arizona with a prime opportunity to tie this ball game up.
And they're going to go for it all here. 7 seconds remaining. They trot out the Hail Mary formation from Florida's 34. Jackson to throw. Pressure coming from the middle. She heaves it into the end zone, and it's tipped and incomplete with 000. Florida is headed back to the SFL championship.
They're going to make their 5th championship game appearance, and it's been a great season for Florida. Not to take anything away from Arizona, also coming in off a fantastic season, but both of these teams, Tyler, played their hearts out, left it out, all on the field. Fantastic defense. Both these running backs played spectacularly, Tyler. Boletsky getting hurt, but coming back, making an MVP-like performance to lead Florida to a victory. But heck of a season from Arizona coming in, giving Florida all they can handle on the road. But big congratulations now as Florida has secured their spot in the SFL championship game, Tyler.
They will await the winner of the game that follows ours, Mexico City and Baltimore. Will Baltimore try and get back in a championship game since season 15 where they won it all? It's, again, you said it earlier, Charlie Boletsky, MVP-like performance, the definition. When he was off the field, Hacker, they were a completely different team. Charlie Boletsky adds so much to this attack. They have been and they have been the team that's been the consistency team. And without Boletsky, they just weren't consistent enough, and it proves that they need him game in, game out.
Yeah, 29 touches in the ball game for Boletsky, and we'll give him the 1 and get rounded up to an even 30. But Charlie Boletsky really was the focal point of this offense, the gear that made this offense go. And without him in this game, Florida probably doesn't see the victory that they have. And a big shout out I want to give to James Hands, Donnie Hands. Both receivers had a pretty nice game. Ashley Jackson, had a phenomenal day. Just couldn't quite avoid the turnovers. Defensively for the Scorpions, Eddie Gage got an interception. I see a sack there for Alex Constantine, which is always nice to see. And Iverson Gamble, Parker Tom is probably the best slot cornerback in the game, also got a pass deflection. So great effort from the Arizona defense. Looking over at Florida, I see Alessandro Tomello had a tackle for loss. Alex Dominguez with 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. I look over at Ryan Tobin with 2 interceptions, and I see Evan Carroll also got an interception. So both of these teams really played very well. Offensively, Ron Cochran targeted all of his receivers pretty equally, Tyler. I mean, everybody got the love in this one, and the Florida Storm are going to punch their ticket. And stay tuned, Tyler, because this next matchup is going to determine who the Florida Storm face in the championship.
A huge shout out to Justin Reside and James Walters back in the stats truck. Cameron Irvine, the SFL producer and commissioner. Charlie Boletsky is your player of the game. And a huge shout out to Stephen Hacker, who is my partner here today. It's been a fun season. It's going to be a fun championship, and we've got one more semifinal game to go. And then before we go to the next semifinal game, we'll send you back to the studios with Cameron and Mike as they'll break down this matchup and preview the final semifinal matchup. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Welcome to Sim Football Postgame with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. The Florida Storm are going to the SFL Championship after a 24-17 nail-biting victory over the Arizona Scorpions. And Mike, looking back on it on the replay, James' hands in a jump ball for the Hail Mary. I mean, it was that close. Florida got a fingertip on it before he could get his hands on it, and Arizona goes down. Your thoughts on Florida making it back to the title game?
Wow, Cam, the more things change, the more they stay the same. This is Florida going back for the second consecutive season and 5 out of the last 8 seasons. I mean, just a great job by Max Power, Mighty RX, and the Florida team today. Bullet Beletsky, that's who stands out to me. I mean, he got up off the canvas after going out midway in the second quarter there. We, kind of iffy if he would come back with, he had cramps and man, he came back with a vengeance with a huge 74-yard touchdown run that tied the game up immediately following a DJ Moses touchdown run. And that pretty much set the tone and got Florida. It seemed like settled down in this game and they just made great plays throughout that second half. Ryan Tobin with his second interception allowed them to go ahead on Ethan Snead field goal there in the fourth quarter. And man, Florida played great today, and they definitely deserve to go back to that championship game.
Florida has played Denver. They have played Tallahassee in championship games. They never played Mexico City or Baltimore, and that's who the winner of that game is who awaits Florida. Florida either is going to host Mexico City or travel to Baltimore in the title game. And coming up next, it's the Mexico City Aztecs and the Baltimore Vultures. And this, Mike, is a game of contrasting styles. It should be an awesome watch.
Yeah, contrasting styles indeed. Mexico City, they want to pound the ball at you, control the clock. As you see that third down efficiency right there, 64% leads the league. Matt Wilson, the quarterback of Mexico City, he's great in his own right. 22 touchdown passes on the season, but Mexico City definitely going to depend on that pounding running game with Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley out of the backfield and control the clock, keep that high-powered Baltimore Vulture offense off the field, and they're going to hope to pull it out that way.
First in third down offensive efficiency for Mexico City. It's because they're so great on first and second down. And on the defensive side of the ball, it's just crazy how opposite these teams are in giving up first downs, Mike. I mean, Baltimore's just going to wait for you to make a mistake. And Mexico City, surprisingly, you wouldn't think they'd be this type of defense with how young they are in the secondary, but anchored by Jeffrey Daggs, they have been a major difference in getting this team as far as they've been in years.
Yeah, Jeffrey Daggs is a huge part of this Mexico City defense and that secondary. And as you mentioned, a young secondary, 3 rookies in that secondary. But Gerard Brody, he's really stepped up here the second half of the season and done a great job of maturing very fast and giving Mexico City secondary some stability back there. He's made some huge plays in the playoffs so far. And he's going to have to come up big today to stop this high-powered Baltimore wide receiver game.
It comes your way after the commercial break. Tim Hackett, Andy Hamilton on the call from Baltimore. Who joins Florida in the 17th SFL Championship? We will find out after this. This has been Sim Football Postgame, getting you set up for Mexico City and Baltimore here on Next Level Sports and for the fans.